Gabe Gutierrez, I'd like to bring you in at the White House. We know, Dana mentioned it, President Trump has been following this case. I don't know if we've heard anything directly from the president, but it came up at the briefing with the White House press secretary.
Yeah, that's right, Kate. It's really significant, actually, because Karoline Leavitt said that the briefing was actually delayed a few minutes because she was with the president reviewing these disturbing surveillance images, which you're just playing right now. We also have a bit of new reporting as well. A source familiar with his schedule tells us that the FBI director, Kash Patel, actually visited the Tucson command post on Monday. He had previously scheduled travel on another subject, but stopped by, and it really shows the extent of which the federal government is trying to find Nancy Guthrie's abductor. Now, I had an exchange with Karoline Leavitt a short time ago. I asked her if there was any more information she could share, and also whether the president believed that this person, this possible abductor, was acting alone. She says that she doesn't know what the president believes in that respect, but she did add more to, she did give us an update about the federal response to all this. Let's listen.
I was once again with the president. He and I were both reviewing the newly released surveillance footage from FBI in the Savannah Guthrie case on just this heartbreaking situation with respect to her mother. The president encourages any American across the country with any knowledge of the suspect to please call the FBI, who continue to assist state and local authorities who are leading this investigation on the ground. And once again, I will reiterate that the prayers of this entire White House are with Savannah and her family at this time. And we hope this person is found soon and that her mother is brought home safely.
So certainly the president monitoring this situation in real time. Karoline Leavitt, though, was asked whether he had spoken with the Guthrie family since that initial phone call last week. She said he had not. Kate.
And Gabe, while we have you, on Friday aboard Air Force One, the president said, quote, "We have some clues, I think, that are very strong." And then he added, "I think we could have some answers coming up fairly soon." I guess we wonder now in hindsight, was he referring to this, or do we have any idea?
We don't know for sure whether he was referring to this, but certainly, Kate, this is something that law enforcement had been building towards over the last several days. We heard early on in this investigation when people were asking, where were the surveillance cameras in all of this? Certainly, they were very difficult to access, but the president and the White House also holding out hope that this case could be solved. Karoline Leavitt was asked whether she was satisfied, whether the administration was satisfied with the federal response to this so far. Her response is that no one will be satisfied until Nancy Guthrie is brought home.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.